Okay, so I just shot a whole video on my webcam on my computer, but for some reason a 3-minute video is like 10 gigs, and that's gonna take forever on YouTube. Like, how do people even? Never mind. That's not the point. I'll just shoot it on here on my phone. People have been asking me a lot about Phorm, and namely, who they are and why I'm competing for them. And it's a good question and shit. Solid question, guys. But I think a lot of it is, when I first found out about the athlete search, I think it was in April, I believe. I wasn't really trying to align with anybody because I was just doing a lot of my own stuff with Project Gladiator and everything. But I saw a post about it on Instagram, and I was like, hey, fuck it, why not? It's a free contest. Then I started, I went on Phorm's website, and I actually started researching the company a lot. And I gotta say, that was the first time that I looked into a supplement company, and I was actually impressed by more than just what their products was. Because be honest with you, any of the major companies, you can use their products, and more than likely it's gonna work, and you're gonna get, physically the results that you want. But if you're gonna align yourself with the company and you're gonna put, their name, behind yours, and you're gonna represent them as a brand ambassador, or if you're gonna work for them, whatever it is, their culture is really important. Their philosophy, what they stand for, what they help to contribute, to whatever industry they're in. And I was watching a video regarding the athlete search from last year that I don't know how to pronounce your name, Amy Howard. I'm sorry. Anyways, I was watching a video about, her getting picked last year, and, the things that they were talking about, which is looking past, just being aesthetic, and, having this holier than thou attitude, and, all I do is compete, and, I'm NPC pro, I'm getting my pro card, and bullshit like that. There's a lot more to the fitness community than that, and I feel like that's why a lot of people have misconceptions about, who we are as fitness enthusiasts, or, who we are as, fitness professionals and whatnot. Because everybody thinks like people who lift weights all the time are douchebags and they don't have lives, when, nothing could be further than the truth. And, I adopted a thought process and a philosophy when I started Project Gladiator, which really mainly was, finding what I feel to be the gladiator in you, finding that warrior, finding that person who can, persist, throughout the trials and tribulations of life, and, being able to overcome anything that comes at them. And, as I listen to, that video, as far as what Phorm stands for, and as I read, things on their website, the things that they post and everything, started getting to know the guys behind Phorm. It really fell in line to what I'm trying to, preach. Because if you see my posts or anything, that I always have a message, and that's that, life is hard, which I trust me, I know it is. But I mean, fuck it, why not shoot for the stars anyway? And it's kind of humbling, this entire experience so far. I've been in this for like 2-3 months now, and at first I wanted to do this whole thing with Project Gladiator and everything by myself, kind of like my own fitness journey by myself. And I've had CrossFit coaches come at me about collaborating. I've had, people who train athletes come at me about collaborating. And I've kind of put them on the back burner because I really wanted this to be something that was exclusively me. But, throughout this entire process, just getting to know other people who were in the competition, getting to know, the guys behind Phorm and everything, it really showed me that it's bigger than just me. It's about getting a message out to as many people as possible, and that, the message is that, you should never look at yourself in the mirror and say, why can't I have this, or this, or, I'm too fat to get this, or, I'm not strong enough, I'm not skinny enough, I'm not attractive enough to look like this. It's really about, if you want the person inside of you to be the person that the world sees, put the work in, dedicate yourself, tell yourself, the pain I'm going to feel from training every day isn't as bad as the pain as I feel, when I look in the mirror and I hate who I am, and I know all about that. I went through that for years. And, it's really about a paradigm shift, not just the fitness community, the country as a whole, getting people to stop embracing convenience, stop embracing excuses and complaining and whining about things that they can change, but they just don't want to change for whatever reason. And it's about trumping stagnation and laziness. And there's a lot of companies out there, I'm not going to name names or anything, that they do have quality products, but they're not actually trying to inspire change in the fitness community and in the world around them. They're geared more towards, hey, if you're an ironhead like us, use our products and you'll get super fucking jacked, and there's not necessarily wrong with that. I mean, if that's what you want to do, if all you do is work out just so you'll be the hottest person in the room, that's cool. I mean, I fucks with you, but I think as a fitness professional and as a fitness enthusiast, we really have an obligation to show others and to motivate others, to make a change in their life, and kind of battle this cycle of obesity and self-hate and self-image distortion issues and everything that plagues the world right now. And I feel like Phorm is probably the best organization that I can get behind to help me spread that message. Because at the end of the day, anybody can do some push-ups, some pull-ups, get on the bench, squat a couple days a week, and get really big and get really muscular, and decide, oh yeah, we made it out here, but it takes a certain type of group of individuals coming together, to say, no matter where you are right now, fitness-wise, in your life, circumstance-wise, you can make a change, and you can become better, and you can, be the person that you've always wanted to be. And it's refreshing that there's actually a company, who's actually actively spreading that message, instead of, kind of parading around as if they are, when, the real intentions are clear. So, I mean, it's past the whole money thing to me. There's a cash prize and everything. And, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and stunt like I don't need it, but, I'm more about trying to inspire change and trying to get people to realize their worth, and get people to realize, that everybody does have a gladiator or a warrior inside of them that, will push them past anything that life can put at them. And, that's really big to me. So if anything that allows me to buy into their culture, as well as, them buying into my culture, and us being able to get together and spread a message and hopefully change the world, shit, I'm all for that. So I think that's all I got. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a lot better at writing statuses than I am at talking on camera, so probably gonna end on that note. Okay.